I saw an ad on Marketplace and I am heading there right now. There is a stack of comic books. I saw one that I wanted, and all of the comic books are $150 total for everything. And there's one that I believe is worth the entire bunch. So we are heading to the ATM and we're heading to the seller's house. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. As you saw, I went on another adventure. I've been really trying to utilize eBay and Marketplace to find deals in the area. And you'll also know in this video that I found some comic books at a local pawn shop. You know, you got to look everywhere for amazing deals, and sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll find some. Thinking back years ago to when I found the most amazing golden age horror collection, or so pre-code horror collection in a record store. Never thought I'd be able to find those or acquire those books. I paid about $1,000 for over $10,000 in comic books. This isn't that crazy. So I got 2 Marketplace deals. I got a local eBay deal, and then I was able to order online from Facebook from a dealer in Nashville. So hopefully you guys are excited for this one. Thanks so much once again for clicking play on this video. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscription button, hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos. If you guys could hit that thumbs up and comment down below while this video is playing. Just be commenting. Let's have a conversation down there. I was searching eBay for any kind of local deals, and you get all these sellers who post you know, every single comic book. I mean, they could be dollar comic books and they're posting them on eBay. So eBay was kind of overloaded in our area. I did find a dealer that had some amazing DC horror books, so Bronze Age horror books, and I was so happy to find this one, which is Phantom Stranger number 10. This is from, I believe, December of 1970. And this is a Neal Adams cover. I made a deal for $27. So what I actually did was I wanted to kind of figure in the shipping so that the seller could get what he wanted, but also I knew I was going to be charged shipping. And then we kind of communicated online about me, you know, picking it up or him delivering it. He ended up delivering it to my house, right straight to my front door. Unfortunately, he decided he wanted to reimburse me for the shipping. So I discounted my offer to cover the shipping. He took the offer and then also refunded me for the shipping, but really happy. I told him, I said, you didn't have to do that. I kind of made my offer because of that, but really great to have Phantom Stranger number 10 from 1970. What's cool about this one is I picked up in my, you know, the seller from the last couple videos, found a lot of DC Bronze Age Phantom Stranger. And what was great was it didn't have this one, so I'm happy to have this. I paid like $27 for this. Really happy to have it. Then I went into a local pawn shop. I was kind of looking for a newer computer, something that was a little faster on the editing, that didn't like take so much time loading or thinking. And while I was in there, didn't really find a computer. They did have one computer, but it's a little too old. And they didn't know the specs on it, and I didn't want to spend the time turning it on and looking at the specs myself. But I did see a couple boxes of comics, so I'll show you that video right here. All right, so I think I overpaid on one of them. I paid $25, the asking price on this Detective Comics $3.72. What's really cool is this is a Neil Adams cover. There is some damage at the bottom, so it must have been moist. There wasn't really damage throughout the book, but it looks like there was maybe another comic book was wet. Now there is a little bit more saturation there, but very minimal water damage. But unfortunately there is some water damage. I think what happened was maybe another book was stuck to it that was wet. Something like that kind of looks like that, or some dirty book on top of this one. But really cool Neil Adams cover. I'm going to pick up some Silver Age Detective Comics Neil Adams cover. They had a Superboy or Adventure Comics there as well, Silver Age, but I didn't want to pay the price for that. So I was happy to pick this one up. This was kind of the one where it's like, I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or not, but I'm glad I did. I think it's really cool. The one that I did want to pick up was Miss Marvel number 17. Anytime I see Miss Marvel 16 or 17, which are the two cameo appearances of Mystique, I'll pick them up every single time. And then, of course, if I was able to find a number 18, I would pick that up as well. I think this one was about $12 or $13. They do a discount no matter what it is. They'll do 20% discount if you pay cash, or even a 10% if you pay credit card. So they're always having a 10% discount, which kind of covered the taxes. So all in, I was around $35, $36, $37 on these two books. So really thought those were great deals, especially finding them at a local pawn shop, which I do check their comic books from time to time, and they never really have that great of stuff. It's mostly the Drek, like the common 90s image type stuff, but this time was really happy to find these couple books. Then I was on Marketplace last weekend and I found some really cool trades, and these are for reading purposes only, but one of them actually has some significant value to it. The first one up is this trade paperback. This is X-Men 92. I believe this may be like, I'm not sure, but it says the saga continues. So maybe this comes after X-Men Adventures or X-Men animated series comic books. And so this one is really cool. Originally, this was a $44 book. I got it for $10. So my second oldest child, Oliver, really loves X-Men. So we're both going to share this, read it, check it out. He loves X-Men 97 as well. And this is going to be great for the collection, great for reading. Saturday morning comic book reading. That's what I kind of anticipate this to be. Now, my oldest, Gavin, is really into Invincible. He's got the big, fat trade paperback. I mean, I don't know how many issues that has in it, but that same seller had Invincible, the Ultimate Collection, #1. And this maybe covers issues 1 through 13. This was originally a $35 book, but I think it's commanding about $50 to $60 online right now. Really nice hardback. There's several editions in this, but I was really happy to find the first edition for $12. I was like, heck yeah. For $22, I was able to pick up two really cool trades and one that actually commands a pretty decent amount of value, with Invincible being incredibly hot right now with the newest season coming out. So really happy to have this one. I got a package in the mail. I did a deal online with a dealer from Nashville, and they had posted some Silver Age X-Men and Silver Age comics, and I knew that there was one peeking out that I have been kind of after, I have a watch for it on eBay, and I wanted to pick it up. So I messaged them to see if they would ship, and sure enough, they were willing to ship. They only charged me like $8 for shipping, which was great, and I bought 3 books off of them. I only remember what one was, and I cannot remember what the other 2 are. I actually paid up a little bit for these books. I paid $193.29 for these 3 books. I'm excited to see what they are because I only remember what one is. This first one is listed at $11.99, so it's obviously one of the lower books. I can see it's issue number 47. So here we go, issue number 47 with the great Cyclops cover. Don Heck, Werner Roth, Brotherhood of the Evil Mutants, Magneto, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Toad. What a great book. And in pretty darn nice condition as well. You can see up there, $11.99. They've got the prices on the back too. I know the next one is $114, so I'm excited to see what I bought for $114. Oh, I remember now. I remember now what it is. So this is great. Really happy to see this Cyclops cover. All right, this is the DC book that I bought off of them. This is Brave and the Bold number 54. This is the first appearance of the Teen Titans. And I had a copy of this book a few times before, I think. This one is probably in about 3.0 to 4.0 condition for $114.99. That was the asking, and I offered him $100, and he took that offer. So really happy to have the first appearance of the Teen Titans. The front cover really presents very, very beautifully. This was the book that I actually caught my eye and started the conversation going. This is the one that I really wanted, $84.99. Didn't negotiate at all, but this is X-Men number 28, the first appearance of Banshee. And I have not had a copy of this since I had the original X-Men run from 1 to 66. I have not owned a copy of this book since then, and really wanted another copy of this. There is some spine wear, and there is a little bit of a corner crease just right up at the top here. But otherwise, the colors are very, very nice. The condition is really nice. The bottom edge is really nice and straight. There's a little chipping right up here. Top edge is really nice as well. But other than that, really nice copy of this book. I would call it 4.5, maybe 5.0 copy of this book. That crease up there might do it to it. Maybe bring it down to that 4.5 grade. But yeah, really do love this. They took great pictures, and I was really happy about my purchases from them. So happy to have these two books with that X-Men 45. Like I said, I paid close to $200 for all three of these books, but they're ones that I wanted, especially this one. Really cool book. And of course, the first appearance of Banshee. Awesome cover as well. Monday night, I got on really late, like 10:30, and I saw somebody had posted some comic books like that day, maybe an hour before I had got on. I'll show you the ad here that you guys can see what I saw. And of course, you know exactly what I'm looking at. So I, of course, messaged immediately and was praying like no one else had messaged. I had sent 2 messages that night. Even a message saying it was like 10:30, I could come pick them up right now. And I didn't hear anything until the morning. And I knew at that point, I said, I think I'd missed out. And then so I messaged one more time with my cell phone number on Facebook Marketplace. I put my cell phone number and said, hey, if those are still available, I can pick up anytime today and I'd be happy to make a deal with you. I'll go get cash. They messaged me back and they said, yep, they're here, they're available. And so I asked, okay, $150? I'm thinking $100. What do you think? Would you take $100? And he said 120. So we made a deal for 120. Now I will show you what books I got. So we got the 3 copies of X-Force number 1. Now I did take them out of the poly bags because the cards were missing anyways. Someone had kind of opened up the poly bags, taken the cards out. I just wanted to put these in nice, fresh bags and boards. The poly bags that they had originally come in were kind of nasty anyways. They're all in like reader copy shape. There's a big crease on this one that goes up the entire book, as you can see there with the shadow. This one's got some spine damage on it. They're all in varying conditions, but really cool books. Happy to have 3 copies. Oliver loves X-Men related books and he's into the 90s stuff, so that's definitely going to go in his collection. A lot of these probably will go in his collection. Wolverine 54 was in there with Shatterstar on the cover. X-Men number 3, really cool cover with everybody kind of battling it out together. There was a reader copy of Doom 2099 with the cool chrome cover, the cool silver cover, but as you can see, it's pretty creased up, dented up all along the side. No big deal. They had the first appearance of War Machine, Iron Man 282. It's got a pretty gnarly rip right up there, but no real paper loss, just cut at the top. They had Spawn number 1, which in my mind is always like a $20 to $30 book, maybe more. This one's definitely a reader copy, It's got some spine creases. This and the main book were the only ones in the bags and boards. So this one's in not as great of condition, but the biggest book in the collection was in nice condition. X-Force number 5 with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants on the cover. Love that artwork. X-Force number 6. Really like that. X-Force number 8. X-Force number 9. Yeah, these are really neat. And then the Mighty Thor 440 Thor core. I can't remember if this is a key or not. I just looked it up. Yeah, maybe it's the first appearance of the Thor core. Probably a $5 book. It's got some creases, so it definitely needs a press. As you can see, there's a crease going across the barcode. Yeah, probably a $5 book. So anyways, $2, $3 books here. And there was a few that I didn't even bag and board. Those are just back in the kind of junk pile. Really don't like throwing away comics unless they're moldy or completely disgusting. Even coverless copies I'll keep. But the one that I was so excited for, and the one that I'm definitely keeping in the PC, is the New Mutants 98. This one was in like a nice newer bag and board, and this was in pretty nice condition. I would say if those are all reader copies, like 5s or 6s, I would say this is like 7.5, 8.0 condition. And considering paying $120 for the entire lot, this was really cool. Now, before you go into the comments and say, oh man, you ripped that guy off, you didn't know what he had. He told me he has he does clean outs. Junk, like he rents out dumpsters, he does clean outs. He says he has zero attachment to any of this stuff. He said he's got original Game Boys, original games, zero attachment to any of it. He just wants to sell it and you know, make a profit on that. He gets paid to clean these houses out. And then he grabs a pile of comic books, posts them online for $150 sounds good for these. Offered him $100 and he took it. And he said he's got vintage signs from the area. He's loaded up storage sheds and he's sold the entire storage shed, like once he fills it up. And he said he's got one full right now, and he said it's a little bit more valuable stuff. He said a guy like me that will bring $100 can come away with a lot of really cool stuff. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to go to a storage shed. I might do a video of that. It probably won't be comic books because I think these are all the comic books that he had, but how lucky was that? In a small stack of comic books that he had, New Mutants 98 and probably like an 8.0 condition. It does need a press, but there's not too many big ticks at all on this. Most of the damage is on the back and it can be pressed out. So really happy to find this. I don't even know what the going rate for New Mutants 98 is these days. All right, so it's kind of tricky, but New Mutants 98, I would say just on a brief check on sold listings, maybe anywhere from like $120 to a $200 book, maybe a little bit more, $225 based on condition. This is probably more of that $150 variety based on the condition of this copy. Put it into Mylar, made it look really nice and fancy, and this will definitely be in the PC. Happy to have the first appearance of Deadpool back in the collection. The last copy that I had was really, really high grade condition, and the one before that was a 9.4 graded. I graded that one myself. And the X-Men 28. The first appearance of Teen Titans, and some other cool books. Once again, thank you so much for clicking play on this video. If you're brand new to the channel, hit that subscription button, hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos. Also, if you guys could hit that thumbs up, would really appreciate that. Comment down below and hype this video up if you can. If you've got some extra hype points, swipe over and hype this video as much as you can. I think you can hype it up to 3 times, so would really appreciate that. It did help out the last video for sure. So hopefully you guys are well. Thank you so much again, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. See you, bye.